Hello everyone, welcome to Cheri Voyage. Today we're going to be going over my organized makeup collection. Let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, I'm going to start with my marble tray. I absolutely love this for organization, as well as my brush holder that has a little drawer down here so that I can put all my extra tools. So I have my brushes, obviously, and then in this little compartment I have my eyelash curler, my mascara, my eyebrow pencil, my duo glue, my tweezers, my scissors for cleaning up brows or cutting my lashes so that they fit perfectly to my eye shape, and then these great little spatulas, which I like to use so I don't put my fingers inside the jars so that I don't contaminate and get any bacteria in my products. And then, of course, a sharpener for my eyeliners and lip liners. So these are the rest of my go-tos. My concealer, my La Mer cream, I have a backup as well. These are the same products, just one extra one for when I run out of this one. And then I have the awesome Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is so good for brightening all around the face, especially around the eye area. And then I have my Sugar Lip Wonder Drops for exfoliating around the lips, the Advanced Therapy Lip Treatment, one of my favorite nail polishes by Chanel. Just love this color. And then I have my tried and true PTR Water Drench Hyaluronic Hydrogel Eye Patches. And then I have some Shiseido cotton pads with some Q-tips. A Real Techniques sponge or blender, which I usually use these, or my beauty blender. And then lashes, of course, when I'm feeling a little bit on the dramatic side of things. And then I have my Henriksen Truth on the Glow Cleansing Cloths. These are so good. Been using them for years. These are absolutely fantastic for quickly taking makeup off. I'll use them to take off excess makeup, almost like a toner. Great for a gym bag, or for those of you that are on the run. These are amazing. They have some vitamin C in them, so they of course help to lighten, brighten, and tighten the skin, with some jojoba seed oil to add some hydration while not being too oily. Just a really great overall cleansing wipe. I guarantee that with some organization and all of your tools and go-tos right in front of you will make you want to play with makeup, and will also just be easier, more convenient to get your morning routine started. So let's go ahead and get into the makeup. I have quite a bit, so let's get started. Okay, so we have these really great bins. I got them from Target. They were $25. And when I saw these, a light bulb went off for me. So I've been looking for a system to easily access my makeup, where I could see everything that's just right in front of me, where I can go through the colors, where I can pop it in and out if I want to be able to put stuff, you know, in other storage bins, but then be able to access what's new or current. And I went online, and I also looked at other content creators, and what I saw was that most people put their stuff in drawers, or it's so organized that you kind of don't really want to get to it or touch the products. And so I needed something that was just really easy, accessible, and quick. So when I saw these bins and I saw these little plastic trays, I knew that this was going to work really well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of how I put this together for my own sake. And hopefully it will help some of you guys who have quite a bit of makeup. So I got these plastic little trays, and they're various different sizes, and they're really inexpensive. I got them at Target. And what I did is I put single shadows here, for instance. I have eyeshadow palettes in here, which I'll pull this out and show you guys. So as you guys can see, I was able to quickly pull this out of the storage basket, and then I could see all my palettes and what I want to use and just slide them in and out. So it's so convenient, you guys. I love these. My eyeliners in this tray with a backup pencil sharpener, and then my Christian Louboutin lipstick is in here. Now I'm going to go through these products with you, and then I will show you how I store them back in here. So the bins that I'm showing you guys are not my full makeup collection. These are just the ones that have been in rotation for the past year or two. So they are newer products, and ones that I tend to go to because they are the newest. So let's go ahead and start with this tray. I have my Chanel eyeglosses. I have a couple of the Natasha Denona eyeshadows. My Tom Ford. Right here are my Pat McGrath shadows. Victoria Beckham, which I plan on getting more of these because these are just absolutely gorgeous. I have my Charlotte Tilbury. Here, some Surratt. A Burberry. Some Westman Atelier, my Tom Ford, some more Charlotte Tilbury there. Put this down for a second and open a couple of these. I really need to do an eye look with this Pat McGrath color. This is the Ultra Violet Blue Pigment. Oh, so gorgeous. Look at that color, you guys. That is just on another level. And then you use the topper, which is the Cyber Clear Eye Gloss. And you could wear it by itself. It was a very galactic kind of color to me. It was so pretty, but you're supposed to take a little too much the gloss and you could put it on top to give a beautiful wet look. Oh, look at that. I mean, stunning. So here's another one of my favorite eyeshadows. This was the Chromium Liquid Eyeshadow by Natasha Denona in Scarab. Just so gorgeous to use on its own or to use as a topper for shadow. Oh, look at that. By far my least favorite shadows. They were hard to get any kind of color payoff. I had nails at the time, so I couldn't get my nail in. It just wasn't very luxe to me. The eyeshadow pods weren't my favorite and her mascara, but everything else is fantastic. So here are my eyeliners. I have so many different types of Chantecaille. I have a lot of Chanel ones, a couple of Makeup Forever, some Nars. I would say my favorites in here are the Charlotte Tilbury's. I love these dual-ended eye pencils. They're so beautiful. You get the kind of matte liner, and then you could turn it over and have the shimmer shade. And my goodness, by the way, this color, I'm going to go a little on top of this with the gold. This color, I'll go back and just show you guys the matte there. This color looks incredible on green eyes. Green and blue eyes, just, whew, it pops. And then my other favorite one, especially for hazel eyes, is this one by Charlotte Tilbury as well. So this is the matte with the shimmer on top, and then just the matte, and then just the shimmer. So this is the copper, and then this one is called maroon. This is the beige pearl by Chanel. It's the style ombre couture, and you can just quickly put your shadow on, use it as an eyeliner, or use it as something for the crease, or just blend it all over the lid. I love these. So convenient, easy to use, and really do a lot to pull a look together quickly. So here are my mascaras. The Gucci, I love this Gucci mascara. Gucci's just killing it for me in a lot of ways, except for their primer and their foundation. I'm sorry to tell you guys, I think they're terrible. I just cannot stand the foundation and the primer, but that's just me. Okay, so here's my Gucci mascara. Oh, Givenchy. This is a great mascara. This is the Disturbia mascara. Great little brush, grabs all the lashes. This next one is really nice, but it's, I wouldn't say my favorite, but I love the design on it, and that's the Byredo mascara. It's got a great little brush, but it doesn't do much for like lifting and voluming. It's just a really nice, clean mascara look. So for those of you who like clean mascara, I'm sure you'll love that. The Big Ego by Tarte. Great fluffy big brush for long, voluminous lashes. All right, Kosas, the Big Clean, one of my favorite mascaras. I love that it mimicked the Dior brush that has that great arc shape that also you can turn, and it has a happy smiley face that will grab all the lashes and give some more curl as well as definition. All right, since we're here, I will go ahead and show you guys a couple of the products that I have in my mascara tray, and that is the Byredo lipstick. These are really lovely, really saturated, but my goodness, the Byredo design in general on their products is so stunning. It's like modern sculpture, really beautiful. That incredible. Look how rich the texture is on those. Really stunning. Of course, you guys have seen me talk about these quite often. It's my Rouge palette, probably my favorite palettes that I own. And then of course we have the beautiful Westman Atelier Lip and Cheek palette. Isn't that gorgeous? I love those two palettes. And then my very much talked about Gucci powder. All right, let's go ahead and look at some eyeshadow palettes. This is a perfect example of why I absolutely love these little plastic bends. you can see all of my palettes. They're easily to access and they're easy to put away. Just love these bins. Okay, so let's look at some of my Natasha Denona palettes because you guys know I love a good Natasha Denona palette. A bronze palette, which unfortunately I dropped and I need to clean it, but here is one of the palettes. The Glam Palette. This is one of my absolute favorite palettes for neutrals. I reach for this quite often when it comes to creating just a really beautiful, simple eye look. Here's the Natasha Denona Love Palette. This is a fun, colorful palette, but obviously it's not going to be for everybody simply for the fact that it's got so much pink to it that for a lot of people, pinks make them feel like they got a bit of that kind of bunny eye look. But it's a really pretty palette if you're looking for something that is colorful and a bit avant-garde. The Natasha Denona Circo Local palette is quite similar. It's got a lot of those loud, bright colors, but love this palette as well for something a little bit more editorial. Oh, this palette. This palette to me was one of the most underrated palettes, Natasha Denona Chrome palette. It is stunning to me. And I know it looks a bit complex for the fact that it has a lot of acid green colors and kind of mustard yellows, but you can really do some incredibly beautiful natural looks with this palette by just using these kind of colors and using these to give a little bit of a pop to the eye or create something that's a little bit more editorial and a little bit more unique. So this to me is probably one of my top 3 Natasha Denona palettes. It's just gorgeous. And in combination with these Chromium liquid eyeshadows by Natasha Denona, they really give the eye an incredible pop. Next we have another one of my favorite palettes by Natasha Denona, and that's the Metropolis palette. When this came out, I was just so thrilled. These colors are absolutely gorgeous, and I say that because it looks like jewels to me, like rubies and emeralds and sapphires, and this palette looks good on all eye colors because you have something for blue eyes in here with these colors, you have something for green eyes in here, which are these colors, you have something for hazel eyes, which is around these colors here. So this is just a really stunning palette. I can't recommend this palette enough. It's so gorgeous. Next I have the Lila Palette, and this is really gorgeous. I just don't reach for it often. I'd say it's for somebody who has green eyes, hazel eyes, brown eyes. Will look really pretty in these colors. So this is my other favorite palette. This is the Natasha Denona Gold Palette, and I just fell in love with this. It is so gorgeous. I really love bronze gold shadows because they do a great job at really popping every eye color. So lastly, there is the Sunset Palette. This is just a beautiful palette that's very reminiscent, obviously, of a sunset. So in here you have that beautiful red kind of cranberry color. You have some beautiful, more, burnt umber orange tone. And then you have some beautiful shimmer sheens with some metallics to really pop the eye. I love this color yellow here because it's nice and bright, but it still has a very kind of classic buttery yellow color to it. And then this beautiful soft peach is really stunning as well. And then I have my mini palettes by Natasha Denona. This is my favorite palette out of all the mini palettes. That's the Retro Glam Palette. I will link the video down below of a look that I did with it. It's definitely one of my favorite looks that I've done. I just really love the color combination in these, and I just wish she would do a whole palette with this kind of theme because it is so stunning. Here's my favorite Charlotte Tilbury palette that she came out with. It's called Dazzling Diamonds. It has the best combination of bronze and charcoal blackish gray with this beautiful kind of anthracite color, and then that really bright diamond dust-like color. And I just, oh, such a good palette. Love this. Right now I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to just pop these back into these cloth bends here. All right, here we have the next bin. Let's go ahead and pull these trays out here. All right, so the first tray that I have is bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. So I have my Chanel Balm Stick, which I talk quite extensively about. I have some Westman Atelier products, the Contour Stick, which is my favorite contour stick. It's got a perfect cool beige. And of course, the Lit Up Stick. I'm gonna turn this over here so I can put some more products for you guys. So then we have the Gucci, which I absolutely love for a very natural glass-like skin. There's no shimmer particles in there. My favorite RMS for bridal season or just any day that you want a really natural looking luminizer. Very finely milled shimmer particles are in there. That's the RMS. And then of course I have some Charlotte Tilbury palettes. highlighter and bronzer. Here's the Nars Summer Solstice bronzer. As soon as you open up, you can definitely smell that vanilla coconut Manoa oil scent. It smells incredible. My favorite highlighter ever, I'm hardly using it because I don't want it to run out, and that is the Victoria Beckham highlighter, and it's the color, just this highlighter illuminator. It was one of her special collections with Estee Lauder, but I dropped it and it came out of the pan, so I'm trying to be very, you can see it's wiggling in there. I'm trying to be very careful with it, but it is such a beautiful color. Oh, stunning. Chanel came out with one very similar, which I'll pull out right now, and I was so thrilled. And that is the Pearl de Lumiere highlighter. Some Dior. My Charlotte Tilbury. This one is Natasha Denona Glow. And there's the Tom Ford Mood Light. It's another beautiful highlighter bronzer. And then I have my new bronzer by Christian Dior. One and only Le Beige Chanel bronzer. So gorgeous. And then a beautiful Westman Atelier, which I have a lot of Westman Atelier products. I just don't have them all in this bin here, but this one's one of my favorites by her. And that is the Puda Rose Cream Highlighter. Look at that, isn't that stunning? Let's go ahead now and get into lipsticks. This, my friends, was the best item I ever purchased. I got it at HomeGoods, and it's Destroy Your Lipsticks. And what I love is not only is it functional, but it's really fabulous. It's really beautiful, and you can see all your lipsticks, and I usually end up putting my favorites in there because I could just kind of get an idea of what kind of color I want to use just by pulling them out quickly. So I have several lipsticks. I'm not going to go over all of them with you guys because this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to my makeup collection, especially my lipsticks. So I have on here my Guerlain, Dior, Rose of Chanel, and then Tom Ford, and then some Christian Dior. I will pull some of my favorite lipstick colors that I seem to gravitate towards the most. This one I love. It's the YSL, and the case on this is so incredibly gorgeous. So the color on this YSL is where it's at. It's the most beautiful buttery texture. It has a satin finish. It's just really pigmented and really stunning. One of my other favorites is Guerlain, and I just live for their lipstick cases. You cannot go wrong with a lipstick that when you pull it out, a mirror pops open, and the mirror has a magnifying mirror on one side and a lipstick, just a basic mirror on the other. So gorgeous. So this color is a beautiful wine Bordeaux, but once again, the texture on this is where it is at. Now this Dior lipstick came out during the holidays, but it was such a beautiful collection. It's kind of like a red rose mixed together, so it just had the most beautiful, unique color, and I love the formula. It is definitely more towards the matte side, but really pigmented and just really unique. My favorite nude lipstick of all time is by Gucci, and it is the color Margaret Candle Flame. I love this color. It is a true nude. It really takes out all the color out of lips so that you get a real, true nude lipstick. Now I'm going to show you guys my favorite Tom Ford lipstick color. This is called Bruised Plum. And I don't think anybody does dark, deep, rich colors as good as Tom Ford. He just understands how to do a beautiful, vampy lip while giving you a bit of a goth-like feel, but I like to call it a chic goth. So this next color is by Chanel. It's the Rouge Allure Ink, and it's very reminiscent of the 90s to me. A very brown rosewood color, earthy and vampy and dramatic. So here is Ambiguity. All right, here are some more of my favorite lipsticks. I have some Hermes here. My Dior. Another Dior. Cocoa Rouge Bloom have blown me away. I did a video on these and I will link them down below, but if you want a beautiful, high lacquered, truly richly pigmented lipstick, whew, these are gorgeous and they feel incredible on the lips. Then I have their collection that came out a couple months ago. These are really gorgeous as well. And this is the Rouge Allure Lac, another high gloss finish. I mean, look at that red, you guys. This is just Hollywood glamour here. These remind me of the beautiful 1940s, 50s type of lip look. Love, love, love. And then I have a couple of the Lion Collection Rouge Feu. It's the Rouge Allure Velvet. And here's a nice bright color. If you guys want me to go over every single lipstick in my Chanel collection and swatch them, I'd be happy to do it, especially those of you who are Chanel lovers. Comment down below and let me know if you guys want me to go through every single one of my lipsticks. I can make that happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my favorite Hermes lipstick. This is the color 66 Rouge Piment. Gorgeous red. I mean, come on, true red lipstick. Make your teeth look gleaming white. All right, next we have lip liners. You know, lip liners are great. Something creamy and not as good at staying on, but gives you a really great, easy application and a creamy finish is the Victoria Beckham. Another really great waterproof Don't Budge lip liners, the Charlotte Tilbury's as well. So these three are pretty much my go-to. I have the Rose Naturelle for a natural lip. I have the Brun Carmen for the kind of brick red colors on my red lipsticks. And then I have the Rose Framboise to give me that beautiful pink lip or to just kind of brighten any kind of lipstick that seems to be a bit dull. All right, here we have lip glosses, and no surprise, I have quite a bit of Chanel glosses, but these are my go-tos. Lay them out here for you guys to see. Those are my favorite glosses by Dior and Chanel. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch favorite spring lip gloss colors. This one is pretty universal. I use it year round because it's a beautiful kind of milky pink creamy color. If I wanted to get a little more bold, I would do something that is a little bit more on the rosy red side, and this is number 762. And then I also have this gorgeous 766 color that is so beautiful when you are using it alone or as a topper with that Tom Ford Bruised Plum color. I'm going to show you one last vampy color here, and this is the number 768. This is a nice deep vampire type of lip. All right, last bin is concealers, as you can see here, and foundations, and then my setting sprays. So let me go ahead and go through this with you guys. I have some Chanel, the Le Beige, the Sublimage, my Vita Lumiere. I have a couple highlighters that I use by Chanel, the Le Beige in Sunkissed and Pearly Glow. Then I have the LeBlanc, which is my favorite of the three, and these are the Rosy Light Drops. Then I have the Guerlain Foundation in Lingerie Depot, Givenchy, a couple of Dior foundations, Natural Nude, the Forever Skin Glow, and Air Flash. I have the Tom Ford Traceless Foundation Stick, and the Tom Ford Traceless just Foundation, the Tom Ford Flawless Glow, the Westman Atelier Foundation, Kaja Wise, Shiseido, Exa, Tom Ford, a couple of the Cushion Compacts, some Tom Ford in here. I have the RMS Beauty Foundation. These, I don't remember what this is. Let's pull these out. My powders, yes. So I have the Le Beige, the Chanel powder, and then I have, I believe, a Le Beige powder in here as well. This is the Lion highlighter, which I usually put in my highlighter bin, but I kept them with my powder this time. And then my Le Beige sand color powder. I did a full video explaining most of the foundations that I use often, but for those of you that want to know just like briefly what I usually go for, I grab my Guerlain Lingerie Depot often. I grab this all the time. You can even see I'm already running out and I haven't had it that long. Forever Natural Nude. This is the most beautiful flawless finish. Think bridal, editorial, great for photo foundation. The Air Flash. Glowy Goddess Dewy Amazing Foundation. This Tom Ford Flawless Glow Foundation. Beautiful. Convenience Clean and Green. I head towards the Westman Atelier and equally towards the Exa Foundation. A definite must-have. These I call my sisters. This is by Lumiere Chanel and the Shiseido Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting Foundation. Very similar. The Shiseido has a little bit more coverage compared to the Chanel. Favorite setting sprays. Cannot go wrong. Favorite of all time. Hourglass Veil Soft Focus. Great for rehydrating foundation throughout the day. Quick fix. This I love. It's the Faricelli Rose Gold Skin Mist. Really great if you want like a dewy, you know, kind of golden bronzy look with the gold flecks in there. And then my go-to primer always and forever, Victoria Beckham by Augustinus Bader. Next is the concealers. Now my go-to concealer is already in my tray, which I showed you, but I will pull it again, and that is this one right here, Forever Skin Correct Dior Concealer. Another favorite that I need to replace because it's just so good, I went through 2 of them already, is the Kosas or Kosas. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce it, but that one is a creamy, flawless finish, super hydrating, doesn't settle into lines concealer, just incredible. So I need to get a new one of those. But let's continue with these over here. I have an Hourglass Concealer, my Dior Skin Flash. This is very similar to the YSL Touche Éclat, but just a little bit, I would say, richer and more pigmentation. The awesome concealing pin, really convenient, by Tom Ford. Love to travel with that. And then, of course, the tried and true Nars Concealer. Everyone loves Nars Concealer. Really like it. I'm just not in love with it. I feel like for my age group, I'm 41, it's a bit dry for me. I have to make sure to wear a really rich eye cream when I apply that one. This is phenomenal. It by Under Eye. If you are somebody who has drier eyes, are looking for really great coverage. It's also waterproof, anti-aging. It's definitely one of my top 5 favorite concealers. If you are somebody who is looking for a serious coverage, Kevyn Aucoin. I've had this for too long. I'm wondering if I should throw it out. It's just, it never empties. All their products are such a good value. They're richly pigmented and they just last for so long. All right, you guys, let's get into my last couple of boxes. But as you can see, these are so easy and convenient to move around. So let's go ahead and move it to the side. So I try to recycle as much as I can, and this is a perfect example of really well-built boxes that I hate throwing away because they just are so strong and they last a really long time. I love using these boxes for storage. So this is what I like to call my hidden treasure boxes. So I go back and I see what I've stored away and I get excited again because I forget how many cool things are in these boxes. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of these boxes because I have several more, but I wanted to give you an idea of what I store in these boxes. So I have in this box backup eyeshadows. I have Wayne Goss. I have my Visa Art palette. By the way, awesome palette for those of you that want a truly bright, fun matte palette. So gorgeous. My Dior palette, my new Summer Solstice palette, which I don't know what you're doing in there because you are going to be used all summer long. So you get back where you belong. And then I have my Chantecaille palette, some Nars. I have a bunch of Dior eyeshadow palettes, some Tom Ford, some Chanel, Burberry, some more Nars palettes are under there. My Prismatic palette, which I don't know what you're doing under there either because you're going to be used in summer as well. So I have to pull you out later. Lots of goodies are in these boxes. So let's go ahead and look into this box now. So this box is my fun box, but not products that I use often, and we'll get into why. They create some sort of concern around my face or my eye area. So for instance, the Pat McGrath, so gorgeous, beautiful, but my 41-year-old eyes are just not having it. I have to really work with these a bit more to make them not settle into fine lines and create more basically aging concerns. All right. There is this palette. I have my Melt Mort palette. This was such a stunning palette, but it is really powdery and a bit aging because they're a bit dry for my lids. But look at that, you guys. I mean, so pretty. And I definitely see myself pulling this out, even probably in combination with Pat McGrath, when I have a special event or some party or something fun, and creating some really cool looks with these palettes. I'll just have to make sure to really hydrate my eyes and my lids before I play with these palettes. Okay, so this collection by Urban Decay was amazing. I think it's actually the last collection maybe that I got by Urban Decay, because I just, you know, haven't really been into them as much, and that's partly due to just my age, and the formulations don't really work as well for me. But this was too good to pass up. And as somebody who went to art school and is an artist that does makeup on the face as well as paints on the canvas, I just felt this was a perfect collision of fine art with makeup art. So this is a beautiful palette. I got this along with these two other palettes because they're just absolutely gorgeous. I don't even know if I'll ever use them. It just makes me happy to look at them. And the coolest part of this is that there is notches on the back of these. And yes, I had them in my bathroom for quite some time. Here's the other notch. And I hung them in my bathroom. And it was just so inspiring to pull them off of my wall and to create some makeup looks. I just absolutely loved these. I have obviously some other palettes by Tarte, some Laura Mercier. So these I got a while ago, but I do have a adorable 6-year-old niece, and I look forward to her having some fun playing with these. So I am keeping these for her to play with. All right, in here, I have a ton of lipsticks, which honestly, I probably need to just let them go. But I look at them and I think of how much money I spent on these, and it's very hard to discard them. A bunch of MAC in here, some Dose of Colors. I have some Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are really pretty. In fact, I might pull these out. I love Dose of Colors. I think they do a really beautiful formulation. They can be a bit dry, but the color pigment is just really good in these. I'm a huge fan of this brand. I think they do some really great products. All right, so let's go ahead and put these away. All right, last one. Whew, we made it. This is my little makeup kit. And I have a bunch of fun little goodies in here. So I have my Bobbi Brown lip palette, which once again, see, hardly used it. I need to play with this. Leave this out because I want to play with it. So I have here some foundations, some highlighters. Let's see, by Cheri, by Marc Jacobs. This is a beauty. Mix this in with some foundation. The Fantasy Dewdrops by Marc Jacobs, and it is a gorgeous, luminous finish. Think summer. Here I have a bunch of lipsticks. Patrick Ta, my Lip Chic by Chantecaille. These really gorgeous Nars lip butters. Charlotte Tilbury, some Huda Beauty. I got, let's see, what's this? Nars as well. Here I have my Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, which I have to say, they've been fantastic. I got this set in, and one of the colors was perfectly fine, but the other colors, literally, I went to go open them up and try them on, and it fell out of the tube. It dried out. I reached out to Lisa Eldridge, and she said because the way the formula is so soft, unfortunately, in transition of when they are being transported, they fall out of the tubes. They're kind enough to actually give me replacements. To me, that is what good customer service is about. Casualize. All right, so oh, see, I thought this was in my purse. It is not. Here's the other Dior new lipstick, which is the Rouge Dior Forever in the color 999. I'm going to go ahead and put that over here to put in my other little lipstick trays. All right, and then I have some Surratt, some more Nars, some Laura Mercier, and some Marc Jacobs. And then I have a bunch of the Pat McGrath lipsticks. Look at that. Ooh, her colors are so rich. It's insane. I love when she came out with this kind of packaging in the artistry line. It just felt very artist driven, and I loved it. I got a lot of these a couple years ago, which unfortunately I probably have to go through these and make sure that they aren't bad, because you don't want to keep makeup products too long. Make sure to look at the expiration date because they do turn bad. So here were the vinyl glosses. I got obviously a bunch of kits, so I got a bunch of vinyl glosses to go with the kits, and these were gorgeous. You take the powders, these are loose powders, you mix the vinyl gloss, and then they become like liquid molten yumminess. I'll show you guys right now, actually. I'm gonna put a little in the lid here. And then I have the lip vinyl there. And you would mix them together. Look at that. All right, we have hit the end of this video. All right, so there we have it. This is how I organize my makeup so that I can get in and out of it easily, so that I can look through all the products that I have, so that I can create content for you guys, as well as give suggestions to clients, as well as you all who are my subscribers. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I always love to hear your guys' thoughts, comments. I'm here for you. All right, please don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and most importantly, use those affiliate links down below. That helps me greatly to continue to make these videos, and it's a great way to support my channel. All right, everyone, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.